Rolling back segregation. What are we gonna do?
Not one goddamn thing. Not one goddamn thing. I speak for myself. This is my personal opinion. But I done speaking about this and I spoke to leaders. And everybody I speak to say it's probably going to be the best thing that ever can happen to black people. A mandate for us to unite without consumption power. We got the greatest consumption power in the world. And you going to mandate us to unite? Yeah. Ever since we integrated, our economic state has been worse. Our families have been torn apart. And when we made a decision to chose that, we got what we got now. And everybody that I see, that's why you don't hear no outcry from black people about this new executive order about segregation. I don't think we give a damn about it.
I tell you, all my black people are understanding the assignment about this segregation stuff. Y'all are understanding the assignment. It's like we're all united. Like we understand the assignment. Like we get it, right? So I seen a video today by a non-black person, right? And she was saying, you know, they're trying to bring back segregation. What are we going to do, right? Like we have to help, yada, 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 right? And so every black person I see in the comments, like, we ain't doing nothing. We finna go line dancing. Everybody like, I need to give me some boots. I need to figure out how to do the, where them fans at dance. They was like, we taking naps, baby. I done booked my vacation. Everybody just in the comments, and the lady's like, oh my gosh. She was like, you know, yeah, I get it, but ma'am, listen, we do not care. We need to bring that sound back because we're not doing nothing at all. Like we ain't playing into the trap. We know what y'all want. We not doing it. We ain't got no capes. We capeless. We not Captain Saving nobody. Do it. Do what you want to do. Y'all been doing what y'all want to do for years. Why are we not crying? Keep passing the vibe check. Cause y'all eating down in them comments. Love y'all. Bye.
What's even worse is the amount of people that I'm seeing commenting that are like, yeah, good, I hope he brings it back. And most of those people do not look like me. Yeah, so I don't know why you would want that. Sounds pretty damn hateful to me. He did not bring back segregation. What he did is try to protect women and children in bathrooms. I don't see where that's a problem. I would prefer to not have to worry about being in a restroom with a man walking in. Just a thought. I do have a daughter. I like to know that she's safe when she's in there. So, yeah. Trump did not bring back segregation. He did not bring back racial segregation for those in the back.
White people, how do you feel about the segregation ban? I already know how people of color feel in other minorities, but what about y'all? How do you feel about this? Like, are you happy? I know that's kind of like a setup, huh? Because if you're all like, yeah, then I'm like, oh, we found him. But no, I'm like curious, like, because I mean, it doesn't really affect y'all.
Rolling back segregation. What are we gonna do?
They're like, yeah, good, I hope he brings it back. And most of those people do not look like me. Yeah, so I don't know why you would want that.
Then people want us to be mad so bad. I don't know, segregation being bad don't sound too bad to me. You mean to tell me I don't have to guess if my mac and cheese got raisins in it or not? You mean to tell me when I walk into a bathroom it's going to be clean with R&B playing? You mean to tell me I get to pick the best restaurants to go to? I don't have to guess. Bro, we're about to be living like the kings and queens that we are. And I feel like this is going to backfire real bad. Because realistically, we make everything. Nobody's going to want to go to the other side. Even the people that aren't on that side but are, you know, the ones with common sense, they're gonna be so mad. Gonna be on one side with the boring cookout and then looking at the other side with our cookout, and they're gonna be looking like, why did y'all do this? Me personally, I feel like segregation being back is just grounds for we're about to take over everything. You know what? I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I really can't, because that sounds lit.
Reality is that black people live very, very full lives, and white people aren't even a thought. Like, black people tend to live their lives in a way where we do not think about what white people are doing. And that is very true. It is very factual. A lot of black people only interact with white people because they go to work with them, right? So if they do not work with white people and you're black, how many times are you socializing with white people outside of work? For a lot of black people, you don't really socialize a lot of times at work, after work, with white people. And so when you have that reality, then it begs for you to be able to go down a line of questioning, right? Which is, what is the issue with segregation? And I've seen some white people on here that was like, white people should be saying that segregation is bad. And the reality is that no, that's not really the problem, right? Because the problem is that we were separate and not equal. That's the problem. It was the maltreatment. Because the reality is that we are no longer segregated, but yet we are still mistreated. We still are not offered the same amount of opportunities. We are still not paid the same rate. We are still not afforded the equality of it. So what white people did was, okay, fine. We will desegregate. It's fine. But once black people entered these spaces, we were still being mistreated. And so the question could actually be, if we had equality, right? If we had equal access to buying land, equal access to be able to garner wealth, equal pay, and we were never desegregated, would desegregation actually be necessary? And there is when you take a look at what was happening with the Tulsa riot, is the fact that black people were equal and separate. Right? They had land, they had businesses, they were accruing wealth. It was the wealthiest black community. And white people who were not a part of the community, very much separate, and yet we are equal, right? They have banks, they have people that build, they have people that, grocery stores, they have houses, they have neighborhoods, they have milkmen, they have mailmen. White people have their own neighborhoods, white people have their own businesses, white people have their own groceries, white people have their own things, separate but very much equal. And white people looked over and said, what are they doing over there? And bombed it. Right? Because otherwise, if black people continue on prospering on their own, why would any black person say, I need to be over there? There's an argument for that. And so then when you look further, taking a look at desegregation, right? Whose lives improved due to closer proximity of white and black people? White people. Their lives improved. Their logic improved. All of a sudden, they begin to be enlightened on the reality of the fact that they themselves were lied to. Otherwise, had they not come into proximity with black people, there is no reason for them to believe that their ancestors ever did anything wrong. Or there's also no reason to believe that they are more like black people than what they were told. Because many, many years ago, the Republican Party, right, they said that the way that you are able to steal from poor white people is to convince them that they're better than black people. And if you can convince them of that, you can steal money from out of their pockets and they would never notice. So here we are, where we are no longer desegregated. And you see all over this app where you have white people that are learning a lot about historical truths that black people already knew. We already knew these things. But you have white people on a daily that are like, I didn't know that. That's not what I was taught. I wasn't taught that. Right? You have whole religious sects of people that were literally taught that the Civil War was not about slavery. You literally have all of these white people that had no clue that Juneteenth existed. or why it existed, or how many years it actually took post-emancipation for the last slave to actually be freed. Proximity has caused for a lot of the misinformation fed to white people to perpetuate racism to be dismantled. And so you literally have people that are white nationalists. I need you to follow. You literally have people that are white nationalists that are now running the Republican Party, right? In order for them to bring white people back into subjugation, we have to separate them from minorities, because they are learning truths that causes it to be extremely difficult for us to tell them that black people are subservient, because proximity means that you are able to identify where we overlap. Now they're understanding the humanity of minorities. And now they're not going to go along with the Aryan beliefs that white people are the elite race and they are better than another ethnic group and they deserve to have things by virtue of them being white. Do you see how segregation has nothing to do with black people and has everything to do with getting white people back in line? Are you understanding what's going on here? Because it's never for the sake of black people, which is why black people is like, we cool. Segregate, separate, illuminate, elucidate, do whatever you got to do. And that is a very true reality, because we have only known desegregation. But we have also only known that when we're in your proximity, we are still killed. We are still murdered. We are still mistreated. We are still shunned. We do not have the same access, even though we are in closer proximity. So if our lives have not changed by becoming in closer proximity, why would we continue to be close? Okay, separate us. But you have white people that are like, no, segregation is wrong. Why? Because your life has changed because of proximity. Are you understand what I'm saying to you? Do you get this now? Are you tracking? The segregation thing has nothing to do with black people and everything to do with trying to put white people back in their place. Okay? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Let's talk about Jim Crow for a moment, because I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, y'all want segregation, y'all want to bring segregation back, so basically y'all asking for Jim Crow to come back. No, let's clear something up really quick. During Jim Crow era, they taught the so-called white people were better than so-called black people. White supremacy was implemented in Jim Crow time. This 2025, the truth is out. Everybody know that so-called whites are not better than so-called blacks. That's why the main people that's not wanting this segregation to happen is so-called whites. They want to be a part of what we're doing. They want to know what's going on with us. They want to be included. You know why? Because the truth is out, and they know that so-called blacks are superior to them and always have been. That Jim Crow era BS, that was indoctrination that was being pushed on so-called whites to teach them that they are better than a so-called black person, that they are smarter than a so-called black person, that they are more worthy than a so-called black person, that they are superior to a so-called black person. So we're not asking for Jim Crow back, because Jim Crow, you got us messed up. We already know who we are. Like the Most High said, that we're above all nations that are upon the face of the earth. So we're not declaring Jim Crow. We're simply declaring segregations. That means so-called whites, y'all go y'all way, and us so-called blacks will go our way. That's what we're declaring. They fear being separated from so-called black people, because we the salt of the earth. We invent everything. We get everything jumping. Without us, they would not know what to do, y'all. So we have to remember, during Jim Crow times, so-called blacks was treated horribly, so bad. and whites were treated so good. I'll be damned we go back to Jim Crow. Because we know the truth now. We know that so-called white people are not superior. It's just a front. It's just a front. It's just a put on. But we know America is falling. And the truth is coming out. And these so-called whites are being exposed for the people that they are and have been for hundreds and hundreds of years, and the hidden hate that they have had towards our people, and try to still use it to today. But we know their false white supremacy is crumbling right before their eyes. Like I said, a kingdom against itself shall fall. And that's what we see in Babylon right now. America is crumbling, is falling because they're separated. They can't even agree. The kingdom is falling from within. But Jim Crow, his biggest fear, check this out. Jim Crow biggest fear was so-called black people coming together in unity. Wow. Coming together in unity. And that's even active and alive today in America. They still push that propaganda to separate so-called blacks, to keep us feuding and fighting with one another. Just check out the workplace. You always got a coon somewhere running to the white man's office, snitching on his brother or sister. This was implemented hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago that still has an effect on our people. But when we say segregation, we're not talking about Jim Crow, because today we're superior. Today, 2025, we are above all nations of people that are upon the face of the earth. So today, it'll be segregation. So-called blacks will be superior. So-called whites will be inferior. It won't be no Jim Crow. Now you can stamp that, sign that, and take that to the bank. We standing on that.
Why are white people so intimidated and threatened by black men, despite their claims that black men are inferior to them and incapable of the most basic tasks?
Well, there's an easy answer to that question. They know black men are are superior to them. Put us on any playing field, be it physics or football, and we will win. Give us the same opportunities, and we will win. Because we come from a history of not trying to destroy and dominate the world, and you come from a history of trying to destroy and dominate the world, and that has become the culture of the white community. You know, so you go into your medicine, and your first open heart surgery as a black man, your first separating of Siamese twins as a black man, the creator that eventually produces your first artificial heart as a black man. You can just go on and on. A black janitor at Johns Hancock, all right, teaches your best surgeon, the janitor, who never went to med school. Give me a break. You got a TV set because of a black man. You got a cell phone because of a black man. You got a touchstone because of a black woman. You got the video game because of a black man. You've got the internet because of a brother from Ghana, Nigeria or Ghana, I think the brother's from. You got when we send messages on the computer. You know, like I'm gonna text you, what do you call it? Email. You have the email because of a black Indian man. And it's just going, all of the technology that you're using was created for your corporations by African peoples. Yeah. All of.
So white people will never leave black people alone, and I'm gonna tell you why. White society's obsession with black people isn't new, it's centuries old. If you think about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation, from the start, white wealth in America was built off the backs of black bodies. Sugar, cotton, tobacco, rice. This wasn't just economics, it was a system where white people's very identity was shaped around controlling and owning and watching black bodies. But here's the wild contradiction in all of this, right? While trying to dehumanize us, white culture has always been obsessed with us, right? They copied our music, our style, our language, our food, even our rhythm. all while denying us basic rights. Think about jazz and rock and hip hop and fashion, all born out of black genius, only to be taken, watered down, and sold back to the world with a white face on it. So why can't they just stay away? Because in a system that is built both on exploitation and envy, distance is impossible. White supremacy depends on keeping black people in place, close enough to use, control, or imitate, but never free enough to threaten the hierarchy. It's a sick paradox, fear and fascination at the same damn time. On a psychological level, it's projection. White folks will project their guilt, their fear, and their insecurities onto blackness, and then turn around and crave the very life, culture, and resilience they try to destroy. It's like they want the sauce, but not the struggle. Now, to be real, not every white person acts like this, but the system, the way whiteness has defined itself against blackness, makes it so this obsession keeps resurfacing. Whether it's over policing or culture appropriation or trying to legislate our lives, it always comes back to the old need to dominate mixed with a quiet desire to be what they can't.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're keeping safe from wherever you're watching me from. So today's video we were discussing the issue of segregation, and there are these people that think segregation is going to put black people into a lot of bad situations, that segregation is going to act on the negative for black people. Now the discussion here was about what white people and what black people think about this. Now for the majority of the times you have watched in the video, it was black people trying to talk about how they feel about segregation, and what you can gather from that is that black people are not afraid of segregation. They are not they're not freaked out when you talk about bringing back segregation, because to them segregation is actually going to work to their advantage. It's going to be a positive thing to them. Why would black people say that? Because they have experienced life away from white people, like being separated like it was initially, and now they have also experienced being in close proximity to white people, and they know the difference. They have experienced both sides, and then they now have conclusive report on what both of these situations feel like. Now what is evident in whatever these black people are saying is that segregation would mean positivity for black people. And why they say that is the fact that they have experienced both lives, and they now see the reason why white people do not want segregation is only because white people are unable to live by themselves. They have a lot of things that they rely on black people for, and black people have always they have also realized that they are making the white people gain more by being one, existing in the same unit. Now white people, what they are afraid of accepting and just confessing is the fact that they need black people. They need black people for everything. Yeah, look at, for example, stuff like music. If you're talking about music, dance, sports, all these things, it is black people that are always shining at these things. I have done a video in the past where we were talking about the inventions that white people have versus the inventions that black people have, and we came to a conclusion that black people have invented more than half of the things in this world. So that brings them into the superior position, because if they have all these things and then white people have to let all that go so that they exist on their own, they are afraid of that. They are unable to do it because they are the ones that actually need black people. And I do not know, I do not understand why it is so hard for white people to just come out clean and talk about segregation would not be okay for us because we rely on black people, because that is what is evident. Else why would black people not be afraid of losing them? Black people are comfortable. They have said it. They keep saying it even before this. They keep talking about segregation would be okay for them because they would not have to deal with all the things that white people do that are so annoying, yeah? Cleanliness, just to mention a few. Black people are comfortable to do that because they know that they are self-sufficient. If they were given an opportunity to just exist on their own, to just be as black people and live their lives without white people interference, they would be totally okay with that because black people have in the past existed on their own and they are okay with that, and they do not have to mingle or have proximity to white people for them to exist. They are sure of that. That's why they are not afraid. You see them talking about, it's white people that are afraid of this thing. It's they that are unable or unsure of what they want. They keep talking about bring back segregation, and they do not want it. For most of the white people that are well informed, I'm talking about people that are open-minded, because on this channel we do appreciate and acknowledge the fact that there are white people that are not racist. There are white people that know exactly how this world works, and they do not hate black people. In any case, they do understand the function that black people have and the roles that black people have played in this world to make, for example, America what it is today. It is only those few people that do not love education, they do not love to learn and relearn things, that keep talking about, just giving some some information that is not so well researched. They do not do any research, they do not seek knowledge, they do not understand anything. Basically, those are the same ones that keep talking about, bring back segregation. They do not know what they're asking for, because segregation is not going to work to black people's disadvantage. In any case, it's going to work to their own disadvantage, and black people are calling them out to dare it. Just do it. You keep talking about it and you want it to look like something to scare black people. You want to make it look as though black people need you. Black people do not need you. Black people are sufficient on their own. If you really mean to do that, why don't you do it already? Why don't you bring it on? Yeah. And white people go silent when black people say that. It is not because they care that black people will go through things. It is just because they know if there's any group that is going to suffer because of that decision, then it's not black people, it's going to be them, the white people. They're afraid of existing on their own because they do not own so much. They're unable to live their lives comfortably. How many times have you seen black people living their lives comfortably, not caring what white people are doing, just existing on their own and letting other people exist? Black people are so huge on that, letting others be, let them be, let them live. Whatever they want to do with their lives, let them do it. But this is not the case for white people. White people are always trying to meddle into black people affairs, into black people business. Even when, if they will ever bring back segregation, they will be uncomfortable. They will be so uncomfortable on that side. They will want to know and, just want to care what are black people doing. How are they coping with this? What are they doing to do 1 2 3 things? It is always white people. It is always white people meddling in black people affairs. Black people do not care if white people want to exist or not, if they want to eat or not, if they want to dance or not, if they want to do all those things, whatever. Black people don't care. They have not given two shits about that in the past. They do not do it now. They will not do it in the future. It is always white people. They want to know if black people are eating something. They need to know why, what it is, why they are eating it, how they are eating it. That is them. That is what they have done in the past. That is what they keep doing right now. They're unable to stay and live on their own. I mean, white people are many, especially in number compared to black people. Why don't they put all their mind on their own people? Why do they care to know what black people are up to? every other time. It's not an issue of a single day or two. It's every single time. When a black person is doing something, they want to know, they want to care, what are they up to. I don't know what they're afraid of. I don't know what fear they have. But I know one thing, that segregation is not going to work to black people's disadvantage. In any case, if there is a group that is going to face a lot of challenges and actually call it out and call it off, it is white people, not black people. Black people, segregation will be perfect for them. So guys, leave your comments in the leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're watching me for the first time, if you're new to this channel, kindly consider subscribing to my channel. Go to the playlist, see the kind of videos that we make here, and if you like that type of content, you can consider subscribing to my channel, join the membership, give the video a super thanks, give it a thumbs up, share to your friends, family, like-minded people. Let's learn and relearn these things. Let us become better for today and become better even tomorrow. So guys, I also hope that you're keeping safe. Ooh, returning subscribers, I almost forgot. Thank you so much guys for the support. It is overwhelming. I have seen my subscribers rise every single day. We're now at 10,000 guys. I'm so happy. Thank you so much, and I hope that you're okay. I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.